Hello, my hearties. A very good evening to you. Saturday night, nothing gets past me. And it's Scottie McClue, Dinky-Doo to you. Yes, a very good evening to you. I say to you, how lovely to have you with us, and a big Dinky-Doo to you. Come and join us as soon as you possibly can. Lots to talk about, so little time to do it in. We've only got about an hour of scintillating information, education, and entertainment for every nation on the planet, live here on TikTok, big style, and on the YouTube channel. How lovely is that? Now, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. There's Chrissy says, hello, Scottie. Hello, Chrissy. How lovely to have you with us. And so glad you could make it tonight. That's fantastic. Thank you for your lovely gifts. Ali has just sent me a red rose, and he's number one gifter tonight. You see, as soon as you get in there, you could be number one gifter. We love that. Dinky-Doo, I say. Who else have we got here? I've just fed my wee foxes. Oh, Chrissy, they're beautiful, these wee chaps. There you are. I know they can be a bit wild, but they really are. I mean, oh, Salami. I think I'll come and stop at your house. Hiya, Scottie. Hi, Elliot. Dinky-Doo. Thank you, Ali, for your kindness. Hey, man, I love your stuff. Oh, Rory, thank you. Do you support the famous Celtic? Well, everybody supports Celtic to a greater or lesser extent. I say to you, good evening, Susan. I tell you, I'll just say good evening. Good evening, all. There we are in the chat. Wonderful. Good evening. Good evening. My typing. How many mistakes can you make in one word? Hi, Scottie Dinky-Doo. Hi, David Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. And Scottie, I've just took a bet to the dry cleaners for 1,200 quid. All right. Yes, I won't mention the company. I'm fortunate I work in catering. Oh, Chrissy, that's tremendous. That's the place to work in, I tell you. Scottie, Dinky-Doo, you're a Tim. No, I'm Timaeus. That's what I am, Timaeus. Do we know what that means? So there you go, fantastic. We are the people. And who have we got here? Chrissy says, I thought you was a mason. Well, I don't work with stone. No, I'm not a stone person at all. Are you having a brat summer? Says Jordan. I'm having a bra summer. So we could exchange the T for a W. I'm having a bra summer. The rather exquisite McClue and the extraordinary energy he gives. Aren't you lovely? What a thing to say. I'm surprised anybody notices. I can tell you that. So there we go. Now then, who have we got here? You're a good-hearted man. Oh, Chrissy, yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. We are the people, remember. So the people are good-hearted people. Dinky-Doo, Mr. McClue. Do you like doner kebabs? I do very much so. Dinky-Doo. Chrissy's laughing. Dinky-Doo from Tanzania. Ah, Tanzania, how lovely to have you with us in East Africa. I say to you, Jambo. Hello, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Michael T, Dinky-Doo to you. Lovely to have you with us. And get everybody subscribing. We've got 8 p.m. Kappa from Tanzania in East Africa. How amazing is that? Ah, Scottie, are fabulous to see you, Dinky-Doo. Alistair, lovely to see you. I was thinking about you this week, and I hope things are going well. It would be lovely to see you at some point when you get a minute. Hello from Berlin, says Pedro. Ah, Pedro, I said you nicht Deutsch sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer, nicht verstehen. Have you ever been to Dundee, Darius? I know Dundee like the back of my hand. I was up there last week. Where's the back of my hand? Oh, yes. And do you know the Douglas and Angus? And do you know the Craigie? And the Whitfield? And where else do we ken in Dundee? The castle down the bottom on the way out to the sands. I tell you that at Brochty Ferry, Clayports, and ken the Kingsway. There we are. Hello from Lead Hills, the start of the Clyde. So Fonda, I love Lead Hills. and one Lockheed. Yes, indeed, one Lockheed. Fantastic. Where there's gold in them there hills. There's lead in them there hills. Going to the Seychelles next year, Scotty. No holiday is unaffordable if you're smart. Yes, I think you're right, Chrissy. If you save up all your life till you're about 75, you could probably manage to go to the Seychelles. Good evening from Grangemouth, Scotty. What have you seen of the Olympics? Very little, actually. I think we were all put off by the opening. So there you have it. Things going well at the garage? No, Chrissy. This is my pal. She's telling me a search engine's my pal. This is my pal. I don't bother with search engines unless we're really stuck. Things going well at the garage, having a hard time at home now. Alistair, I want to take away your pain and I send you strength. Yes, indeed, I understand. But that's good that the garage is going well. There's gold, ask Greta. Yes, indeed. Scotty, I listen to you from Cavan Island. I'm wrapping silage. Top man. People will be doing silage. People will be combining. People will be driving the tractor with the trailer alongside. And the combine will be pushing all the grain in. Then they'll be belting back to get it in the dryer. Oh, do I know my stuff. Dylan says, are you staying in the Mearns? I passed through the Mearns last week on the way from Aberdeen to Dundee, but I don't stay there. No. I tell you. Let's get rid of Mark Dahl, guys. Can you see Mark Dahl? Although Mark signed his... Mark, you're good. You've signed your post. But I think we'll still dump you because I don't think you're up to this. You're not really fit to be on McClue. Let's mute you. There you are. We've muted you. And we'll see how we get on. Fantastic. You're the best, Scott. Chrissy has sent me a kiss. Thank you, Chrissy, for that. I tell you, hi, Numpty Heed. Scotty, just carry on without me now. I'm doing the dishes. Professor Numpty Heed, we can't carry on without you. We need you here. Now, everybody watching, get following on the TikTok and have a listen because I've sung you the old rugged cross. You'll see it as the first video. Scotty, you're a legend. So there you go. Now then, Paul, that's a bit naughty, a bit fresh. We've got young people watching. We've got ladies watching. I tell you. So there you are. So we haven't seen a lot of the Olympics, but I'm sure there's lots of stuff going on. There we are. I can remember someday I wondered if we went on to the Olympics. Somebody told me it was for the high jump. Scotty's a good man. I thank you, Chrissy. You're very kind. Hello. It's Mohammed from Somalia. Good to see you, Scotty. DINKY-DOO, Mohammed. How lovely to have you with us from Somalia. There you are. Do you play table tennis? VJ, I haven't been at the ping pong for a long time. I tell you, get following, guys. Thanks for sharing as well. Thanks for the banter, Scotty. Oh, Chrissy, not at all. You know there's lots of banter. Banter. I thought you were ancient when I listened to you in the early 90s, says Scratch and Sniff. No, Scratch and Sniff. I'm not ancient yet, I tell you. Scotty, much love and God bless. When are you going to be back on the mainstream airwaves? Andy, we rely. The problem is there are, I don't know, is it 1,500 radio stations? There's television stations. They're all kind of owned by the same people, and they're all a wee bit panicky about having something big on. There we are. I'm intrigued in regards to the origins of the well-known name, Scottie McClue. 32 years ago, we took to the airwaves, and that was the start of the Scottie McClue phone-in. And then everybody decided to spend their life phoning in. Can you say hi to my girlfriend Rachel, who loved you on the radio back in the day, Scotty? Jack, of course I can. Jack and Rachel. I haven't played for a while either. I'll tell you, my sister and my mother once played a game of ping pong, and it was in the days of the coal fire. and my sister took a whack at the ball, and it went straight into the fire. And we turned round, we all looked, and it went up in a blue light in 2 seconds. The wee plastic. Where are you all from? Balls and Court Bridge, the Court Brig. We love it. Yes, about the same size as Vatican City, but a lot more Catholic, somebody told me. So there you go. I tell you, Numpty Head, that is enough. In fact, I'm going to take that out, Numpty Head. You're a wild man. A wild man. We'll take that out. There we are. Right, I've taken it out. That's gone, Numpty. You were the talk of the town, Scottie. Your banter and style is so missed. Well, do you know, I actually think it is, and I'll tell you why. I get texts and emails and messages on social media, and they're all saying to me, Scottie, can it not come back? They're really missing it. And I think if the government were being smart, they would get in touch with McClue and say, can you do a phone-in so we can hear what ordinary people are talking about? And let us all know McClue's favourite meal. I like a wee fish and chip. I used to tell young lasses to keep their horn in their halfpenny. Of course we did, and we still do. Keep your horn in your halfpenny, I say. That's the stuff. Ha ha, says Numpty. Numpty, you're such a naughty boy. Or should I say naughty boy for you. That's what it's all about, I say to you. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. McClue is live just for you. There we are. Come and join us. Hello, S. I'm glad you could make it tonight. Now, guys, we popped up last night for an hour. So you're getting absolutely spoiled. If you're watching on the YouTube channel and you go down to the bottom left and click the thumbs up, do you see it there? There's a wee thumbs up. It looks like that. Or is it like that? Down at the bottom left. I'm never sure which way this is round. We're going to hold the Alcohol Olympics. It's a throw-up between the Scots and the Irish. There you go. You're arguing with folk and the phone line was priceless, says Jack. You silly old boot. Well, yes, I think that one was a silly old boot. I tell you, she'd pushed it too far. She'd pressed the button. She'd triggered us all. Macaroni and fish and chips. David, macaroni and fish and chips. There's a man that knows his stuff, I tell you. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Everybody with a TikTok account. And you should be following Scottie McClue. If you're on the YouTube channel, you should subscribe right away. Let's make this big. Yes, there's no reason why everyone shouldn't be watching Scottie McClue, even if you only watch for, I don't know, 25 minutes, half an hour. You know, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Do you think Scotland should retake Berwick? Well, I believe in balance. If we retook Berwick, would we not need to retake Carlisle and maybe even Newcastle? They used to be in Scotland. I tell you. Scottie, you should take up women's boxing. I'm sure you'd be in with a chance. Numpty, I was brought up that you don't box the women. So there you go. And mind you, you're Edinburgh. It's a different kind of thing, isn't it? Scottie, why are we in such strange times with religion, colour, and what country you're from? Well, Andy, this is why I do Scottie McClue, because none of that matters. We've got on people right on here, right now, this second, who are of every imaginable background, religion, creed, colour, country. They're all on here, and nobody's bothered. So there you go. Here's a good one here. Harleo says, when did you get released? Just as soon as they opened the starting gate. And they're off. There we go. They're outside. I tell you. So we're in strange times at the moment, but, you know, we don't bother on here. I think to myself, a person is a person. And that's it. Michael T. Dinky-Doo. You know, there's a lot of argument over Are you male? Are you female? What are your pronouns? Are you trans? Are you, do you know, all that stuff? And in actual fact, what about, excuse me, are you a person? Are you a human being? The higher government wouldn't allow McClue on air because unbiased truths is what he speaks. Well, yes, everybody should speak unbiased truth. But, I mean, don't give up hope. If somebody tells you something, check it all out and see if it's true. So there you go. I used to say it got a bit ridiculous when you were listening to people on the telly and you thought, well, that's a lie and that's not true. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You know? And I love it when you see somebody in the telly going, and I have decided. I said, no, you haven't. So there you go. A young lad asked his father if he could describe a total eclipse. And his father replied, no, son. No, son. No, son. Numpty. I can remember my dad saying to me, he said, oi, I shouted at you and you never replied. I said, you told me not to answer you back. So there you go. That's what it's like. Scottie, I need to go now. I hope you keep safe. God bless. DINKY-DOO. Andy, take great care of you. Oh, you must forgive me. I've had a bit of a chest. Like and share, folks, as soon as you possibly can. We are exceptionally busy tonight, and we want everyone. Alistair King has just given me a hat and mustache. Several hats and mustaches. Alistair, I think you'll be getting a mention. You'll be getting your own video. Hey, Alistair, if you ever do get a chance, I'm all sorted. Oh, wow. Look at that. All these hats and mustaches. Like and share every day and get boosting the live, says Alistair. So I tell you, that was very good, Numpty. You've been sus, by the way, Numpty. I had somebody on the other day and they were saying, that Numpty, you and he bounce off each other. He's actually very clever. I thought, well, I wouldn't go that far, but he is a professor, you know. Here's Scottie boy. The mustaches. Thank you so much, Alistair. Now, what have we got here? What's that? WTF? Oh, the WTF, is that mob? Is that the mob? I don't dislike it. No, well, that's the whole thing. Jambot, or is it Jambo? Jambo in French. I'd pay to give you 2 black eyes rather than hats and moustaches. I don't know if they do 2 black eyes. You could look up all the prizes. You've got a hat and moustache. What about 2 red roses, Numpty Heat? So there you go. My grandpa used to sing a song and it went like this. 2 lovely black eyes. Oh, what a surprise. Only for telling the man he was wrong. He got 2 lovely black eyes. That was a wee ditty. And he also sang beautiful Irish songs. Won't you buy my pretty flowers? I'm going to Dublin next weekend to see a famous Scottish Australian called Angus and his wee band. Well, you take my love to Angus and his wee band in Dublin City. In Dublin's fair city. I tell you, WTF is rather rude on this platform. I thought it was maybe the World Training Federation. Is it not an organization? Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, I say. It was somebody that had never seen Scottie McClue before. These people make me laugh and go, who are you? And I say, well, fine, thanks. Who's yourself? Tell 10 to tell 10 as soon as we possibly can. Numpty Head, you're a jester. You wouldn't harm a hair on my head. I know you. Now, who we got here? There's Stephen's just joined us. Dinky-Doo, Stephen. Lovely to have you with us. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Wayne's joined us as well. Hi from Kenya. We love you, my friend. Yerma, I say to you, Jambo to Kenya. Lovely. To Nairobi. I've been following you, McClue, longer than Twitter. And you know, fed up yet. But not to heed, I have no right to be fed up because the people have absolutely spoiled me and ruined me for 32 years. 32 years. So why would I be fed up? You know, I mean, sometimes I work a wee bit too hard for my own good. You know, that's it. Well, that's what I tell people. But no, I had to take time. My chest was so bad and emptied. I had to take time off my work. And that is unheard of, unprecedented. 50 years I've been working. Well, 50 years I've been working professionally. If you add my Saturday job, 55 years. Hello from Hull, from Hull. Oh, we love you in Hull, Reese. Dinky-Doo, and we love Hull. I used to work on Viking Radio. So I know Hull really, really well. Yes, indeed, sir. Now, who have we got here? Do you know Essel? Essel. There you go. I tell you, really, Scottie, says Michael T. No, Michael, I wasn't saying that. I was quoting. Have you been to Hull? Great football stadium. Hull's lovely, Reese. Full of lovely people. Yorkshire people in Hull. Yes, all the old trawler people, I tell you. There's only one thing harder than a fisherman. A fisherman's wife. Dinky-Doo, Scottie. Steve, how lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-doo to you, I say. That's what it's all about. Good evening, Scottie. Hope you're keeping well, says Colsha Boy. You've had a majestic life. Yerma, yes, I've had a good life. One of my dearest friends, he taught in Kenya for 20 years. There you are. He was a teacher in Kenya, in Nairobi, for 20 years. How about that? Guys, if you've just joined us on the YouTube channel, can we have a thumbs up, please? Now, the YouTube channel is unmonetized. So, you know, you're not giving me anything apart from just supporting the world. You're doing a lot of good by subscribing to Scottie McClue and going down to the bottom left and doing a thumbs up. Everybody on YouTube should be subscribed to Scottie McClue. Also, if you're on the TikTok, check out the videos. They're for you. I tell you, there's Anonymous and Anonymous. Scottie, what are your thoughts on an independent Scotland? Well, lots of good thoughts of an independent Scotland. Economically, it would be superb because Scotland's been crying since Thatcher became the Prime Minister in 1979. Scotland was in tears because she robbed it blind. And it's been robbed blind for 317 years. I mean, Scotland heavily subsidises the UK, subsidises Westminster. £75 billion we send them, and we get 28 billion back for pocket money. So economically, I think Scotland should have been independent, but it should never have been in the Union. The Union's skullduggery, I tell you. My dishes still need done because I'm here. Not to heat. Leave the dishes. You're only talking a plate and a mug. So leave that just now. Hi, my name's Amelia, says A. Hello, Amelia. How lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo to you. That's what I say. A rump steak for tea tonight, says Steve. Steve, well done. Did you have anything with it? Did you have a wee chip? I tell you, there's New Indoors joined us. Dinky-Doo New Indoors. Lovely to have you with us. What did your friend teach in Kenya? Music, Yerma. Music. He was a music teacher. Are you doing calls tonight, Scottie? Says Kirk. Love you. Kirk, we'll maybe open the lines later. We're not doing them right now, but we'll maybe open the lines later. Scottie, are you from Greenock? Liam, I am a branch of the green oak tree, and I'm proud to be a branch of the green oak tree. Do you like that? New Indoors has sent me, oh my goodness, 100 red roses. New Indoors, you are very, very kind to me. But please look after yourself. Only send McClue something if you're feeling flush. There's a GoFundMe. I don't think we can send money on the YouTube when we're demonetized. Is that right? New Indoors has gone way over the 100. I tell you. If you open the lines later, I'd better prepare for your cheek. I'll only open the lines, Numpty Heat, if you phone me. So there you go. 203 red roses. For goodness sake, can everybody go tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap as soon as you possibly can. 203 red roses. Oh, my goodness me. Yes, you better prepare for the cheek, I say to your numpty heat, because there will be a lot of cheek. We don't do these things by halves. Now, what have we got here? Don't Tell Be Shy has joined us. Don't Tell Be Shy. How lovely to have you with us in DINKY-DOO. You're watching Scottie McClue, the world's top broadcaster. Hashtag FLOTI, the first lord of the internet. I say to you, some people even credit me with being the father of feminism, but I wouldn't like that title really, because feminism's actually been a con, girls. You were conned, so you'd go out and earn more money. Now, there you go. So, no, I don't think you can send via the chat now. There's maybe not a dollar. Numpty, I can always trust you. Can you go down to the bottom left of the chat and tell me if the dollar signs disappeared? Do you want independence, says its slogan. I think it would be foolish to not want independence, because there is no case for the union. But the Scots can't get their act together. I've told them and told them and told them all they need to do. They need to, whoa, 50% of target New Indoors. What are you doing? You're going to bankrupt yourself. We don't want that. I tell you, I'll be sending you red roses. Moira Anderson, a true Scot, wonderful, John. Beautiful singer. Seen her many times. Good evening, Scottie. It's Paul from Port Glasgow. Paul, we love you in Port Glasgow. We send love to the port and to the Portonians. There we go. There's no Wonga sign, no Numpty. I think they've removed that. But they're doing very well out of me. So there you go. 80% of the live goal has been completed. That's huge. New Indoors, what are you like? I tell you. I'll tell you what I might do one night. I'll find out what's the most expensive gift, and I'll put up one, and see if somebody's feeling flush. 50%, 80% is completed. Richard Tanner's joined us. Lovely to have you with us. Where's Scottie's Wonga sign? It's preposterous. No numpty. They've demonetized the channel for the time being. I think I probably cracked the algorithm, and 38,000 people joined me in something I'd put up, and then very, very quickly the channel was demonetized, because I think they thought, yeah, we'll need to pay him. And that was the end of that. But I've been told that I can try again in a couple of months' time. So I will maybe not bother, though, because I'll tell you why. it's rather good that most of the stuff on the channel is ad-free. And then people don't get wound up, you know what I mean? So there we go. So the Wonga sign has gone. Farewell, Wonga sign. Now, has everybody followed? And can we try the tap, tap, tappity tap to see how many likes we've got? 1,100 likes. The clown has joined us. Good evening. What a great moniker, the clown. You've got to be so brave to call yourself the clown. I tell you. Steve says, counter-protesters here in Belfast today. Stephen, I'm not even going to go there with all that because it's a minefield. And I don't trust all the motives for it. And my advice to everyone is just stay in your house. Don't protest about anything because, you know, it's all a game, you know. It's a terrible game. It's a negative game trying to set people against people. So there you go. So I would say to everybody, no, stay home, watch Scottie McClue. There's 5,500 videos on the YouTube channel. So you can't go wrong, I tell you. Right, so we got here. You're very wise, Scotty man. Well, I do my best. Dinky-Doo McClue, you wee true blue. What football team do you support? User 810. That's not nice. Shall we, guys, see user 810, shall we bin him? Should it be a lifetime ban? Oh, I think a lifetime ban, yeah. There we are. End of him. What football team do you support? I like the Greenock Morton. I think they're pretty good. And also the Man United. Yeah, stay in your house, chill, have a ball. Absolutely, David. I shall get my people to email their people and complain. I would nump to heed. I think, you know, if you can get your people to email their people, and if your people can speak to my people, we'll sort all that out. I tell you, get sharing as soon as you can, guys. We've got 2,000 lives. I wonder if we could beat the record. Now, let me just tell you about the record for lives, right? This is important. The record for lives, I once got 10,000 lives in an hour, and I thought, I'll never beat that. 10,000 in an hour. And then another time I got 31,000. I think it was a lot. Never, ever in the field of human conflict would you get so many likes from so many people. And then I thought that can never be beaten. 41,000, I think we got once in an hour. 41,000 likes. And that was just everyone watching, giving it tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. That was the thing. Is there anything on the telly at the moment, guys, I should know about? Any football? Are the Olympics still going on? Would people be watching that as well? We like to check. Your favourite English city or town? S. I love the English cities and towns. I love Carlisle, just out of the border. Pardon me. I love Newcastle. I love Leeds. I love Preston. I love Manchester. I absolutely adore Liverpool. I love London, although people say it's not so much fun in London at the moment with all the goings on. So there we are. I watched the old Coronation Street, says Steve. Oh, Steve, that's big stuff. I used to live just along the road from Coronation Street, and I actually rang them once, and I was wondering if I could get a wee part. Would you like to see Scottie McClue in the street? I'll tell you what would be wonderful. What about Emmerdale? A wee part in Emmerdale. They've always got interesting characters coming in and going out. There's a new one arrived this week. Dinky-Doo, says Jude. Dinky-Doo, Jude, lovely to have you with us. And a very, very warm welcome to Scottie McClue Live. Hashtag FLOTI, the first lord of the internet, the world's top broadcaster. Lots of lovely videos. Get following, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Now, what else have we got on the YouTube channel? Now, you haven't gone down to the bottom every day and clicked the thumbs up. So can we sit for a moment and do that? Bottom left of the picture, you should see a little thumbs up sign. Click that if you're watching on YouTube, and subscribe as well, please. Classic Emmerdale Farm. I loved Emmerdale Farm, and they didn't used to do much. I remember an ITV director saying to me, this was in 1984. He said, I don't know why you don't get your cap on that you wear. So I wore the bonnet in 84. And he said, and get yourself down to Emmerdale Farm. Da-da-da-da. Scottie for Emmerdale working behind the bar with Chaz. How gorgeous would that be? Chaz and I in the bar. Right, what are y'all wanting? You know, all that. Maybe chucking some people out. Who should I chuck out? Oh, go away with here. Give them the big muscles. All that stuff. I think the Emmerdale cast are amazing. I think they're outstanding. I actually tweeted them. This is some time ago. I tweeted as many of the cast as I knew and said to them, you're always incredible, but tonight you have surpassed yourselves. They just had, it was amazing. Do you remember they did one live? Got it perfectly right. Medal presentations just been women's relays as VJ. Gold, the United States of America. Silver, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Bronze, Botswana. Lovely. Well done, everybody. Well done, the USA. Well done, the UK. And well done, Botswana. So there you are. Last of the Summer Wine. I loved Bill Owen's performance. I know. I could do that one. No, it was great. These things, you see, this is where I'm against remakes. Because you don't capture the original Last of the Summer Wine. Do you remember Frank Thornton was in it? And see where I lived in Yorkshire. They were actually filming it. And one day I was walking down the road and Peter Sallis and Bill Owen were coming up. And I thought, oh my, look. I'd already spoken to Barry and I'd spoken to Howard's bit on the side, the big blonde lady. They were lovely. And as they drew even with me, I had a look and it was lookalikes. So good. So good. But I did see them genuinely filming with the character. I saw Frank Thornton filming in the woods just outside Sheffield. Brilliant. So there are several favourite English cities and towns. I tell you, Lincoln, we love Lincoln, the cathedral clock. Guys, try and brace yourself if you're standing in the cathedral square when the hour strikes on the clock on Lincoln Cathedral. Oh, I tell you. Dinky-Doo, Jude. Who's the best footballer you've ever seen? Wow. The best footballer I've ever seen. I'm just trying to think of all the classics I've seen. The best Scottish footballer. I'm spoiled for choice, guys. I mean, I can go right back and back to Billy McNeil and all these players. Dennis Law, of course. Fantastic. John Robertson. Fantastic. Mo Johnson. Graham Souness. I mean, just, oh, very, very difficult. You've really got me there. That is a biggie. I've worked with some of the top footballers as well, I can tell you. So there we are. And VJ says me. Good one, VJ. So there you are. Dinky-Doo, everybody. Right, we need to press on. Hi, McClue. Up the era, Scottie. Oh, fantastic. The era, yes, yes, yes. What a lovely era. This 10 years of an era. I tell you that. Wise words, sir. Oh, John, we're always at the wisdom on here. Yes, mon the ton. Wise words are thin on the ground. I know that's why I do the lives. So there we have it. Did you watch the Dundee Hearts game? Well, I think it would have tugged at my heart. I tell you. Little House on the Prairie. The beautiful theme. You could work in the shop, play the theme. Wonderful. Falcon Crest. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded being in Falcon Crest. What about Dynasty? Or what about Dallas? I'm loving your straight talk, says John. John, everybody seems to be loving the straight talk. I think you don't get it nowadays, you know? You get so much nonsense. Rangers or Celtics, says Ross. Ross, I always advise people who are unsure, go and see them both play. And then just make your mind up. Just think, well, no, I like the Celtic or I like the Rangers. Proud to be from Glasgow, says Mrs. Lannery, after seeing all the counter-protests in George Square today, Scottie. I know there was a turn-up, but I was looking at George Square last night and there was nobody there. And I thought, that's good. Aye, Scottie, says Michael T. Unless we profess in law, everything has become skewed. Nothing should be skewed, Adrian. Everything should be as straight as a die. And if stuff is skewed, let's sidestep it. The erstwhile Captain Peacock. Oh, yes. Now, I would need to tidy myself up a bit for Captain Peacock. Maybe lose a chin or two. You know. Are you free, Mrs. Slocum? Are you free, Mr. Humphreys? I'm free, Captain Peacock. Never marry anyone whose name is Alexa, or you're in for double trouble. Alexa, make a cup of tea, please. Getting that for you. Mr. McClue, greetings from Long Island. It's hot and humid. Ed, we love having you with us from Long Island. This is so beautiful in the United States of America. There we go. Now, we don't all need to profess in law. We just need to watch Scottie McClue live on TikTok and YouTube. That's what it's all about, I say to you. So there you are. Alexa, Scottie McClue talk show, YouTube. Can everybody on YouTube go down to the bottom left right now and do a thumbs up? Let's watch. I'm watching for you. Guys, bear with me. We're going to watch the YouTube for a second. You can join us on YouTube if you go up to the TikTok bio and tap the link and get subscribing. We're just going to see if everybody watching on the YouTube goes down to the bottom left and clicks the wee thumbs up sign. Right. Do it now, please. All of you at home, vote now. That's lush. There's Susan. Susan says, I'm going to make you a cup of tea. Susan, you're very kind. Just a tea bag and a wee splash of milk. I'm working on a poem, and it goes like this. See a cow on yonder hillock. Go up and ask it for some milk. What do you think? It needs maybe a wee bit of work, but the basis of a good poem are there. Do you see a budding Rabbi Burns? A for you? I tell you. So there we are. Alexa, open the phone lines for Scottie in case he mucks it up. Are you going to phone Numpty? I'll tell you, Numpty, here's the deal. If you phone, I'll open up the lines. How about that? Right? So there you go. So Numpty, phone. I tell you, Dinky-Doo, Josh, lovely to have you with us. Yes, indeed. How good is that? Come on, guys. You haven't all gone down and clicked on the thumbs up. Bottom left. Bottom of the picture. Who's this? You're live in Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
It's Numpty. Who did you think it was? The man in the ring?
At this time of night, you just never know these days, you know.
I'll tell you. Now then, it's good to talk to you again.
It's always good to talk to you, Numpty, because you are the genuine article.
And so are you. That's why we phone you.
I'll tell you, absolutely. Now, have you been enjoying the show?
Well, sort of.
Sort of.
The reason I'm saying sort of, because we're missing the phone calls from the intelligent callers.
Oh, the intelligent
like
Kareem and David and Tom. Tom's in America. Your good self. We're missing your good self. What about me getting emails about you? I've been getting emails about you, and people say, well, you and Numpty who'd bounce off each other.
Absolutely, like Jack and Victor.
Aye, Jack and Victor. Still game. You know, I was the original inspiration for that. Winston, yes. And
you keep telling us.
I keep telling, well, I have to keep telling you, otherwise people miss it. Have you noticed when I've just answered a question, so somebody will go, should Scotland be independent? And I give them a big long diatribe. And then they come on, the next person going, hi, Scott, you just joined you. Should Scotland be independent?
And you feel like you've wasted your time.
Well,
you've just explained it.
Well, I think to myself, you know, and when I was short of breath, it was a big ask, you know. And we're still not quite right, of course, in that department, the bellows. But what I was going to tell you, I think we might have to make it like Watch with Mother. Now, you might be too young for that, but there was Watch with Mother, and I think we should make it like that so that everybody watches every second of it.
Yes.
You know? Now, Watch with Mother.
What time of the day would you put this on the telly, Scottie?
This on the telly, you could put it on at lunchtime.
Tea time.
Do you remember Scott FM when I was on late at night?
Yes.
And then somebody said, we're going to put you on the mornings. And then another one, another wise man. Well, another wise man said, oh, no, don't put Scottie on the morning.
This is the Scott FM.
Oh, don't put Scottie on the morning. Yeah?
Not exactly. Don't put Scottie on the morning. I was human, and I'm still human.
And we doubled the audience. We doubled the audience.
I'll never forgive them.
I know.
There's them right for shutting down.
Well, I'll tell you, we'd about 200,000 at night, and we had double that in the mornings.
Well, Scottie, I was one of them. I was one of your 200,000 a night. Every night, 15 hours a week.
Huge.
I was, I worked hard listening to Scottie between 10 and 1. 15 hours I used to.
You miss a second of SCOTTIE McCLUE, you miss a moment of life.
And then they go and pick you on in the morning when we're having a lie-in.
Were you lying in the mornings?
No, I was at my work.
Of course.
And
People used to commit their work.
Well, I tried the tape recorder in the car, but I was having to leave the premises every 45 minutes to change the tape.
Everybody was getting on to the mornings. And do you mind when the motorway shut one day and they were all stuck on it? And a boy phoned. Well, no, we said, toot your horn if you're listening to Scott FM. And then the racket.
All the way to the M8 for Glasgow to Edinburgh.
Glasgow to Edinburgh, beep, 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 beep.
And you could hear the horn coming through the guy's
It was wonderful chat. I mean, it was that's the way to do radio, I would say. And nobody's doing it at all.
No, because they're scared in case. Because they've no experience in good radio.
Well, I asked the boy, I said, see if I went on tonight, would the audience come back? And he went instantly.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going straight back for a start. You only need another 199,000.
Well, we'll find them. I mean, for goodness sake.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know?
Well, as soon as the cars start crashing, you find them. Anyway, that's what the horns were going on about the M8. Now, Scottie, listen.
Right. Down to business.
Have you noticed that more and more people from a privileged background are trying to become social media stars? Like, who do you think their target audience are?
Well,
the pals of Miss Too.
Well, can I tell you? See, when I started doing this, people were poo-pooing me. What are you doing that for? You were big on the radio. What are you doing that for? Next thing is, everybody's doing it.
No, listen, Scottie. I'm talking about people from a privileged background.
All right.
You know, that's been brought.
Well, I don't know any of them.
Spoon in their gob.
I don't. The silver spoon in the gob. I don't know any of them. But I'll tell you.
Well, there's one or two there, Scottie.
Every politician.
Social media.
No names, no pack drill. Every politician now.
I won't mention her name.
Her name?
Anyway.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Aye, and there's a few others. You know, they wear the bow tie and the dinner jacket.
Oh, aye, they're all on doing their stuff. Yes, absolutely.
The evening wear.
I'm wondering if you go on all day.
I'm sure you could manage that.
Or is that too much?
No. Listen, there's another question I've got for you, Scottie.
Leave them wanting.
Aye, but listen, can I ask you another question?
Go on.
All right.
Can Numpty, everybody, can Numpty do another question, please? Thank you. They're all nodding.
It's a sensible question.
They're nodding.
Come across these often.
Can they all hear you, I wonder?
Of course they can, otherwise they'd be complaining.
Well,
they'd be on the phone.
I've turned you up just in case.
Oh, aye, turn me up.
Right.
Make sure the world can hear me. They can hear
me. Can everybody hear Numpty Head, guys?
Can you hear me in Kilmarnock?
Oh, they can hear you in Kilmarnock.
Now then, Scottie, here's another question. Right. Would you ever consider hospital radio? Because they do say laughter is the best medicine.
Well, yes. The only thing is, I don't want to sort of take somebody away. You know, I might say something, and somebody who's no feeling very strong might take offence and start shouting, "Nurse, nurse! Get the boy off the radio!" And then they say, "Oh no, it's got that poor soul," you know.
Well, the thing is, Scott, you're making people better because if they laugh,
I think
it's
so.
the best medicine, isn't it?
As long as they've not had their stitches, you see. Sometimes you can send people out the theatre on stitches. Aye.
You should be banned for that word.
Don't be laughing, you know, in the surgical or the orthopedic ward where the surgeon's playing the hip hop.
Indeed. Now, Scotty, funny enough, I've just got another question here.
Oh, right.
Now,
I'm sure the nation will appreciate that.
See, every time you answer the phone, you always say, "Hello, you're on Scottie McClue. Who's that?"
Yes,
you know?
yes. I have to.
Has anybody ever asked you, you're live on Scotty's phone, and who's that?
Who's that? Well,
or
this is
people Kenya.
Well, I don't know. I don't. There are people from Kenya. I know that.
No, I'm asking if people can that you're Scottie
Oh,
McClue.
if they can, I'm Scottie McClue. Well, I don't know. You see, the reason I do that, by rights in broadcasting, you've got to let somebody know they're live. Now, some people say, can I just inform you that you are live on the radio now? And that kind of nonsense. We haven't got time for that if you've got 460,000 calls in a week. So what I tend to do is, hello, you're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? And then they'll give you a first name. They'll go, it's Big John. Right, Big John. Because we only need a handle numpty, as you know. I don't need to know anybody's name or middle name or date of birth. You see, the reason phone-ins tend to fail on most radio stations is because they go, if you give us your number, we'll call you back.
And they never do.
No, because they don't want people having their number. They just want to get on, say the thing to McClue. See, the Lovable Lassie used to have a breed of person that used to phone and go, I don't want to go on air, but can you tell them this and give her their opinion? She said, no, I can't tell them that. You'll have to tell them yourself.
Well, I hope she says that she wasn't a receptionist. She's a phone call answerer.
She's not a receptionist.
And a tea maker.
She's the best. She's the best to tell the Lovable Lassie. And do you remember when a boy doing it for a while, the Wizard?
I remember, and I phoned in one time, Scott, and he made us all disappear. He's somewhere.
Wizard.
He pressed the wrong button, and we all just went,
the Wizard of the Big Switchboard.
Yep. And we all had to phone back in.
And sometimes you'd have a problem, the phones got overloaded and the lines would clear. Everybody got cut off.
Well, where's fault's that? Where's fault's that?
Well, that's just too much. Carry on. Do you know what I mean? People loving it. I've got to go.
That's your fault, Scotty. You're encouraging people to phone on your show. No, I wonder the phone lines blow up.
Count Markilago says you can hear Numpty Heed in Poland.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry. Dzień dobry to yourself. And gin and tonic.
Anyway,
listen,
Scott, you've got 1 minute left.
Right, I've got to go. I've got to go. You're a nightmare.
Walk in now.
And
you've gone a long time.
You're a nightmare, and we will catch up at some point. Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo.
Stick your tongue out, say ta-ta. There we are. That's not to eat. He has gone. And just as well, what a carry on. Now, what's happened here? Right, we're just about out of time, guys. Lots to get back to here. Mr. Nevermind, much love to you, Scotty from St. Helens. Miss the old radio shows on Century Radio back in the day. Did it, Scotty, says Michael. Thanks, Michael. Scotty, how are you being served? Used to be in the US. I spent my Saturday nights watching it. Yes, we can hear Numpty in space. Loud and clear, says Susan. I'm going to have to say bye-bye to you, beautiful TikTokers. I love you. Bye-bye. There we are. How beautiful are they? The TikTokers. So there you go. Much love to you, everybody. I'm away to put EFL highlights on. VJ, have a lovely time. Everybody, thank you for watching. What a gorgeous show tonight. Every single one of you deserves the very best of everything. Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue. Stick your tongue out, say ta-ta. Bye-bye.